Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan, and tonight I'm going to unbox another cool Batman 89 thing. A while back, I took a look at the very realistic looking Neca Deluxe Batman figure. This has been out for a couple of years, and I always wanted to get my hands on one, and I finally did, and I really love it. I reviewed that not too long ago. Today we're going to take a look at another Neca thing, and this is actually the second part of this line I've gotten, and I didn't do a video on the other, so I'll go ahead and just kind of do both of them today. So today, we're going to take a look at, this is the first thing I got, at the Neca Batarang replica, and we're also going to look at the Neca Grapnel launcher replica, and these are both plastic pieces. They're pretty lightweight, but they look fantastic. At least the Batarang does. I've got that out of the box, and the other one I have not unboxed yet, so we're going to do that right now. Neca's been putting out quite a few of these over the last year or so, I think, maybe a couple of years. There's also a Grapnel from Batman the Animated Series that looks really neat, and they just recently put out Batarangs for Batman Beyond. And they did that in two different colors. There's the blue one and the red one. And I haven't bought those yet. I don't know if I'm going to collect all of this stuff. I wanted at the very least to get the 89 ones because I've never really been able to buy props from 89, and if I ever end up going all the way and getting an 89 bat suit, I'll have these things already ready to go to carry with me. So that would be pretty cool. So anyway, the first thing I'll do is just kind of run down the Batarang for you a little bit, do a quick mini review of that. And so here that is, like I said, it's real lightweight. It looks a lot more like a metallic piece. I want to say that it really is. It's not metal at all. It's just plastic, not as flimsy as the holder that it comes with, which looks fine on a shelf, but would be really easy to accidentally crush. It looks like packing material. I'm not in love with that, but it looks fine. Sitting on a shelf, and it's cool that it's made specifically for the Batarang to fit in, as opposed to just a little piece that it sits on top of. So I like that about it, but the holder leaves a little bit to be desired. I expect the Grapnel to maybe have something like that as well, although I have not seen any reviews or anything to see what else that comes with. The big selling point of the Batarang certainly is that it does fold, just like it does in the movie, so that's cool. You could put it in a utility belt if you had one that it would fit in, but it's got, let's see if I can show this to you, it's got stages where it folds in and out, so that's, sorry, I haven't tried to do it this way before with a secondary camera. So that's pretty neat. Let me go ahead and just flip back to this for a second. So like I said, that's how it folds, and that's kind of the neatest thing about it. At the bottom, again, it kind of looks like these should be real sharp metal. They're not, but it looks real convincing. So yeah, deceptively light, but it's definitely worth getting. This is $20 is what I paid for that. I think that's the regular going retail, and the Grapnel was $10 more. So we'll see how that works. That makes sense because it actually is functional, kind of like the Grapnel that they put out for Arkham City back in the day, which I also have and have subsequently broke, unfortunately. And everybody I know that's ever had one of those also had the same thing happen to it. Apparently, if you press that button too many times, shooting the line out of it, eventually it's just going to stop functioning. I think this does something similar, and we'll take a look at that. I like the boxes for these quite a bit as well. I'll probably actually hold on to this box just because I like the presentation quite a bit. It's nice and simple. It looks like all of the merchandising from that movie, just jet black. It has the original logo there, and probably could have gotten away with just using this symbol like it does on the top, but I really like I really like the look of that box overall. And then here is the Grapnel box. There it is. The Grapnel looks colored correctly with the kind of gold point at the front that shoots out. And then there's the back of the box, just showing you what it comes with, and that it does indeed have a projectile that shoots out of it. Welcome live if you're watching right now. Good to see everybody. This will be a quick one. I just want to pop this open and take a look at it, and all I want to do right now is just keep playing with this thing. I've had this for a couple months, and I haven't really messed with it that much. I kind of just got it out and put it on a shelf. Anyway, so here comes the launcher. Let's go ahead and get this out. There's Rainbow Nightmare, Bubbling, how's it going? Is Tim Burton Batman merch your favorite? Yeah, I think it is. Maybe at some point I'll do a video on just my Batman 89 stuff. Not that I have, like, one of the largest collections or anything, but I have a few cool pieces here and there. But yeah, it's such a nostalgic thing for me, and I've always loved the look at that suit, and I've always loved just how sleek the look of that movie and that logo is in general. Okay, getting this out of the box here. Ooh, shiny. Okay, right away, I'm pretty excited about the projectile. And even though this is not from that show, all I can imagine right now is the voice of Kevin Conroy going, I need a flare gun and some flares. So here is the Batman 89 Grapnel. Look at this thing. Look how shiny that is. Once again, deceptive in that it is plastic, but I guess this looks more plastic than the Batarang, but it still looks metallic enough. And I don't know if this is going to be, like, the smartest thing to do an unboxing for, because it might take me a minute to figure out how exactly the thing works. I'm turning this to see if that pulls the line in. It doesn't seem to, but I may have to look at the instructions to see how exactly this works. But this is what you get out of the box. I thought that it would probably have a holder to display it, like the Batarang does, and it does not. There's nothing else in this box. But that's okay, because like I said, that's not the most impressive thing, and it would be really easy to just step on and break. It just comes with your kind of standard plastic piece that's molded to fit that in. Here are the instructions. Oh, you can't really even see the instructions back this far. I'm using a not as great camera here because I was trying to use my better camera to show you guys close-ups of these things, and that is working to varying degrees of success. But here it is in all of its glory. Let's see here. Oh, goodness, this actually requires batteries, and I wasn't expecting that. So I'm probably actually not going to be able to show you guys how this thing works right now, unfortunately. This was not smart. I did not look close enough at this. In my defense, I don't think the other grapple thing that I have, grapple gun, has batteries in it. I think you just press a button and it's all kind of... I want to say hydraulic, but that's probably not the right word. But I think it's just all mechanical and doesn't require, you know, like a motor or anything. But maybe it does, and I didn't realize it. Maybe it just had batteries when I first got it. But let's see, remove, cover, install batteries. Yeah, so I'm not actually going to be able to play with this right now. So I don't know. Maybe on a Captain Logan show or something, I'll just... have this in working order and show it to you guys. But anyway, here's what it does out of the box. So let's see. I'm assuming it fits in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get batteries in it before I can do very much. But that's how it fits in the front, and it looks good. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to really play with this much. I want this more for display than anything. So once I'm able to push this in there, this is about what it's going to look like on a shelf. I might try to get some kind of little custom thing done to put underneath it to hold it. Like I said, it would have been nice if it came with something, but it's not really the biggest deal in the world. And I don't know how long this is. I think I read like 4 or 5 feet maybe is the whole line. I'm not going to keep tugging on it because I don't want to break it. Robert Wild, how much do you weigh? he's referring to. I don't think he's actually asking me that question. He's referring to the line in '89. And if that's a trivia question, I can answer it. Vicky Vale claims she weighs 108, but then later Batman says you weigh a little more than 108, and she says, "Oh, really?" And it's great. And also, she certainly is thin and looks like she's been working out and such. So, no offense to her, but she definitely looks like she probably would have to weigh a little bit more than 108. She doesn't look that small. I would have to guess, maybe 120, 125 pounds. But anyway, yeah, so that's about all I got right now. Like I said, this was just an unboxing, and I didn't realize that it required batteries, but I want it more just to look at on a shelf than anything. So here are the two pieces. You've got your Batarang and your grapnel gun, and this is maybe even a little smaller than I might have expected. I wonder if this is the actual dimensions, the actual size that it was in that movie, like the true prop, or if it's kind of approximating what you'd think it would look like in real life, because obviously props very often have to be made larger than they would be because things look smaller on screen. So famously, like the badges in Star Trek The Next Generation are larger than you would expect them to be because they've got to show up well on camera. And so I wonder if that's going on in that movie, because this does look a little bit small to me. How does it look on camera? Does it look small, or does it look about the right size? I don't know. But yeah, and I guess I also always remembered this grip being a little bit more gun-like than it is. Like, I looked for a minute and thought maybe there was a second piece that you had to fit onto it, but because just the way Keaton aims it in that movie, it always kind of looks like a gun. He's got a Batman who doesn't carry guns, but has a lot of things that suspiciously operate like guns, like the machine gun turrets on his Batmobile. And, this thing always really looked like a pistol or something, but I would think that it would be kind of awkward. And you shoot it, by the way, not from down here, even though there is a trigger molded. Oh, maybe you do shoot it that way. Never mind. See, okay, so this will be probably like that other grapnel gun I have. So one of these will fire and the other will suck the line back in. So that is where that should be. That's cool. It'll be really fun to put batteries in it and actually see it operating. I'm slightly embarrassed that I wasn't set up for this, but I don't want to run off and get batteries and make you guys watch me unscrew a thing and stuff. I just wanted to do a quick video unboxing this thing. So, I don't know. I'll do some sort of follow-up or do it in a live show about something else at some point. But anyway, Tyler says, granted, Keaton was a small guy, and he says it does look a bit smaller, maybe. Aiden Spring, because we expect more nowadays. It's not awesome when Batman kills out of character. Oh, he's probably talking to somebody else. I see. Sorry. He's responding to this comment. Rainbow Nightmare. Hey, Cap. Hi. Why are people okay with Keaton killing, but get upset about Affleck doing it? It's awesome when he does it. Affleck back for Aquaman 2. Well, I don't agree with the premise of that. I am in the camp that it's not great that he's killing. It's all about the context of the piece, and I talked about this when I reviewed BVS, but I'll mention it again just real briefly. First of all, people did have issues with Keaton killing in '89. Maybe not as much back then, but my generation, as kids growing up with that, watching Batman the animated series, maybe reading some comics at the time, got kind of educated about the traditional Batman that doesn't kill and isn't carrying a gun, and would go back to that movie and go, oh, wait, that's weird. He is kind of killing people. Like, I think we just didn't notice it. And I think adults didn't mind as much at the time because we were finally getting a darker Batman. And really the standard for a lot of people was simply, is it campy? No? Good. By comparison to Adam West, it felt like comic book Batman to people. But my just personal issue between those two things is, as I've always said, Affleck's Batman is talked about as if he's not killing, but you have scenes where he is just because Snyder thinks it looks cool. This is just my personal opinion, my read on it. I know not everybody feels this way, but I've always said that BVS has two different Batmans. You have the one that Alfred is worried about, who has gone so far now that he's branding people, and that's a bridge too far. But then you have another Batman in the action scenes that feel disconnected from the narrative, that feel like they're just kind of music videos where he does seem to be killing, and that would be even going a lot farther than just branding people. And it's not talked about like he's really lost himself, where, oh man, now he's murdering criminals and running them over with his Batmobile and stuff. You might like it, you might not have a problem with it, you might think it looks cool, whatever, but I just think it's inconsistent with that narrative. If they wanted to establish a Batman that does kill people now and didn't used to, or even that always did, and they made a case for it, I could take it on its own terms, but it seems inconsistent in what it's doing visually in the action scenes versus what the story is telling us about all of that. Robert Wildcap, you did argue that Batman loves killing clowns, and I stand by that. He killed 2 or 3 people who happened to be clowns. I don't remember saying that, but, you know, I say lots of things. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like a lot of the people that he kills are clowns. The people that get blown up in the plant in '89 are not all clowns, certainly. Corey Fitchner, I got the grappling gun. I messed with the string too much before the new you needed batteries, and it doesn't work good. Okay, well, I will put batteries in it and try it a little bit, but like I said, I kind of think, I kind of imagine anyway, I'm not going to mess with it much, and I'm not really going to mind if I can't get the thing really going. I really just want to be able to fit this in here without it popping out, and I'm probably going to need the batteries for that to happen. But boy, I like the paint job on the tip of this dart. This whole time I've been trying to decide what you call this. I guess it's a dart, maybe. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say about it. The details are nice and look accurate. It's all one solid color, because that's what it was in that movie, with the exception of the silver on the back for the kind of fake line that's wrapped around in the back of it. And yeah, that's about it. It also is heavier than the Batarang and feels maybe about as heavy as it should, maybe slightly lighter than that, but I suspect a lot of that is probably just the weight of the string inside. Tyler, the Batmobile killed those guys, surely. It's autonomous like Strange's cape. Oh, okay, so when Batman tells it to stop, he's talking to a sentient creature, a sentient Batmobile. You're saying, as opposed to, and he just needs to talk into a thing to talk to it. So that's a walkie-talkie as opposed to a remote control with voice activation. Okay, all right. Tyler's thinking again. Oh, speaking of Batmobiles, somebody in the stream I did the other day, watching trailers, yeah, I did a reaction video. I've sold out, folks. I did a reaction video. Somebody during the live comments brought up the Bat Wheels trailer, and I missed that, and I saw it, that somebody had mentioned that later in the regular comments, so I went and watched that, and that looks hilarious. That looks like a thing that my 4-year-old is going to eat up with a spoon. Yeah, they're making this cartoon for little kids, looks like aimed at maybe 4 to 7-year-olds, that I think is capitalizing on the success of Blaze and the Monster Machines, where it's just Batmobiles and other vehicles that have faces and talk. And it's 3D animation. It's real colorful. The animation looks fun. And, you know, obviously it's not really for me. It's not really for us, but, you know, adults. But hopefully there's a little bit of, you know, cleverness and fun zaniness with that. I'll probably sit down and watch it with Mikey once or twice and see how that is. But, you know, it's probably kind of in the vein of something like Spidey and His Amazing Friends or something. But yeah, that looks amusing. I honestly expected it to not have Batman in it. I thought it would be like a world of cars, like cars. And I guess Blazing the Monster Machines maybe has human beings in it with talking cars. I don't know. I've never actually sat down and watched that real close, but my son Mikey is obsessed with that and watches it all the time. And I kind of thought it was going to be like the Batmobile is Batman, but it's not doing that. It actually has a Batman, and he looks a little bit like animated series Batman. He's a little bulkier than that, but he's got purple underneath his cape, which looks cool. So I like that. It's kind of sad that the only Batman show, cartoon show that is even coming out right now is about cars. But I realized that not too long around the horizon, we're finally going to get the new Bruce Timm show, and I'm very, very excited about that finally happening. Thomas Lowe, where did Cap get all of this cool stuff? Let's see, the Grapnel came from Target, and the Batarang I bought, I think in a vintage stock, maybe? Senior Sticks, $2 super chat. Thanks, man. Which Grapple is best designed? Darkwing versus Batman. Darkwing Duck? Darkwing Duck's Grapple? I don't even remember what that looks like, if that's what you're talking about. But we can do the what is my favorite grapnel gun, I suppose. It's probably this one, although I do like the animated series one a lot too. It's kind of a bulky kind of box or kind of rectangle, and it'll be fun comparing them because, you know, not only did I never expect to get a believable looking version of this, but I really didn't expect to get replicas of things that were in animation, and it's really cool that they're doing that. I think the things I listed earlier are the only things that they've put out so far, but I hope they keep going with this stuff, and I hope that they're selling well. Like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to get all of it, and I think one of the colors for the Batman Beyond Batarang might be a little bit more rarer than the other. I think maybe the blue one, I'm actually not sure if it's the blue or the red one. One of them I'm seeing more often, and the other one I've seen more expensive at places, but it might just be hiked up, and maybe I can just get on the internet and buy them both for the same price. I'm really not sure. Daniel Davis, cars sell toys. Boy, don't they. Yeah, that's just going to be a toy commercial, and Mikey's going to want all of the stuff in that. Senior Sticks, it's a gas gun grapple. Oh, I know what you're talking about with Darkwing Duck, now that you say that. Yeah, he does have a cool one. But that's not a thing I've thought about in a long time. Hayden Spring, did you get the replica of the Nightwing sticks from Arkham? No, I haven't seen that. Did that come out? Is that also by Neca? I didn't know about that. That's pretty neat. Usually with stuff, and like, not that I have, again, a lot of prop replicas and things, but I don't know. I have enough of these things now that I might be able to start calling it an honest to God new collection and keep running with it. But I've got just Batman stuff. I haven't really collected of any other characters, so I don't know if I would get that. Sort of like my pop collection, I feel like I have to limit it to something. Although I would like to get another Riddler cane, because I had the costume one that broke on camera years ago, but I don't know. And I'd also like to get some custom replicas. People make really neat stuff on Etsy, and usually better stuff than you can just go out and buy, although these things are pretty legit, and a really good alternative, inexpensive alternative. Like, these things would be best served for Halloween costumes and stuff. So if I ever get an 89 suit, I'm ready to go. Although, I guess I gotta hold it in a different place, because if I hold it back here, it'd be cool if these locked somehow, I guess. But yeah, pretty impractical, really, if that's the way it was in the movie, where, if Keaton had to just kind of hold it somewhere so that it didn't bend. It'd be cool to get my hands on the real one and see how it compares. And once again, not to keep repeating myself, but I'd love to know if they looked at the specs of the actual props in that movie, or if they just kind of looked at screenshots and did their best to replicate it. I don't know. Hayden Spring, yeah, they've been out for a while. He's talking about the Dick Grayson sticks. I see them at Walmart pretty much every time I go. I've not noticed that. If it is, not that I frequent Walmart that much, but that's really cool. I'm gonna assume that's probably a more expensive kind of thing, right? Is that like $40 or $50 maybe? Because those would have to be a little bit bigger. Raymond Nightmare, have you caught up with the Harley Quinn show? I have not. I quit like halfway through season 2. Not because I wasn't liking it, but I just kind of lost interest. Like, that kind of like crude, crass thing goes so far for me, and I have to be in just the right mood for it, and I kind of fell out of the mood for that, and so I need to get back and finish that at some point. But he says that the first 3 episodes premiered today. I guess that's a standard for non-Netflix services, he says. Is it? Like, Disney Plus doesn't always drop 3 at once. James Gunn is guest starring. Oh, interesting. I wonder who he's playing. Cool. I'll eventually do that. What else? I've continued this going because it's kind of turned into a Q&A about Batman stuff. And I had planned to quit a few minutes ago. This probably would have been just 15 minutes, but we've got some engagement, so here I am. Philip Kelton, thanks for the super chat. Remember H.R. Geiger Batmobile? I guess I don't. I guess I don't totally know what that means. And then as soon as you remind me, I'll be like, oh, that's why you said that. But right off, I don't know what you mean by H.R. Geiger. Tyler in 89 suit sounds insanely hot. Yes, the couple of people I've known that have had those have said that they are pretty nuts to wear because it's all leather. So yeah, Hayden Spring, I think they're like $40. Okay, that's about what I would have figured. Oh, Daniel Davis says James Gunn as James Gunn. Oh, is he actually playing himself? That's kind of fun. Robert Wild, I'll never forget the day Cap broke his Riddler cane. He's buried it in the backyard. No, I don't know what I did with that. I must have just tossed it. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. And thanks a lot for watching. Sure appreciate it. I'll be back with lots more stuff soon here on Geekvolution. We're going to be kind of back to normal starting next week. So we'll have a request for you on Tuesday. That is going to be the next regular thing coming up. Over the weekend, I might find myself inspired to do another random stream. I know I've done a lot of stuff this week, just when the spirit has moved me, and I've been like, hey, that sounds fun. I've got a little bit of extra time, because I go on vacation, and what do I do when I go on vacation? I make more videos. But anyway, I'm not sure what else I might be doing this weekend. Could be a game stream, could be another comic review, I don't know yet. And but like I said, first regular video back, request on Tuesday, and we're going to be doing the first couple episodes of Invincible. That was what was requested for this time, so look forward to that. And it's going to be request month all through August, so we'll be reviewing another request on Friday, don't know what yet, and then all of the rewinds this month. I'm shooting for I should do this. I'm shooting for 4 this month, but however many I'm able to do, they will all be reviews that have been on the list for, or requests, pardon me, that have been on the list for a while. Guys, thanks again for watching. I'm going to go ahead and get going, but I'll see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan, and here is my cool Batman stuff. I recommend these. Go out, grab them. $50. Between the two, if you buy them at regular retail. Look at the way the light glistens off that. That's really cool. And if you love 89, I don't think you'll be disappointed, at least as long as you don't plan on playing with them too much. If you want these, because again, pretty flimsy, but if you want this mostly just for what it looks like on a shelf, I absolutely would recommend them. I'll see you later, folks. Bye, everybody.